I greet you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I will never tire to urge you to follow the presentations very well. Share these presentations with your friends who may not have known them hitherto. Let them know that there's a better way of understanding Bible and the story of salvation. That the story of salvation, it is not only to say, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. It is more complex and complicated than that. And it is the purpose of these presentations to break down all of those barriers which are disturbing you. So we have a long way to go. Be patient. Let us move on slowly by slowly until we will reach somewhere. Abraham now, with all his entourage, yes, with all his homestead, relatives have become Yahwists. They have become Yahwists. Under still one thing, homestead God. Because Abraham was an influential person. He was so influential that if Abraham moved to a certain country and entered, the king will know. Yeah. Few people go to countries and presidents of those countries, no, not even the presidents, the DEOs or simple village people know that somebody has come. But when Abraham entered in any new area, kings or a king would know. Don't you remember when he entered into Egypt? You read these stories and you don't analyze them to say, how did the Pharaoh know? Pharaoh does not live on the border where people enter Egypt. But for the fact that Abraham had a large entourage coming with him, so many people, including bodyguards who appears to be fighters at any slightest provocation. You remember when he sent those 100 men and they cleared all 5 kings. Kings at that time, small towns which were just like a Chiwenda where I live, even smaller. Of course, they had kings. And he cleared them in no time. Yes. When he entered somewhere, the ruler of that place had to know that some kind of foreign invasion has come. Have they come in peace or they are enemies? Pharaoh also had to summon him. Who are you? Are you coming in here in peace or you have other arrangements? So we are talking about a man of some power here now. It isn't a joke with Abraham. Yahweh decided to come in more serious way because it was just a beginning. At the end of the entire climax of the entire journey, we will see how he came in, and we will also explain why. But for now, he has come in big. He has come in big. When they were asking him, who is your God? Yahweh. Okay. Show us you are God. My God is invisible. Invisible God. Yes. What do you mean? He's invisible. Can't he be represented by anything? No. He's unimaginable. Is unimaginable. You can't imagine him. How do you deal with him? One answer, by faith. No wonder he became the father, the grandfather of faith, which Adam lost. Some people may be tempted to say, maybe after the fall, faith will come out of into Abraham now, to begin a new journey of recreation. Yes, we are now beginning a new journey of recreation, or of recreating this planet, hopeless planet, of recreating hopeless humans, you see, whose culture is only to think wrong things, bad, hopeless things, evil things, hardly thinking good about your neighbor, hardly wishing good things to somebody else. Everything is yours. You are the one who wants it. You are the one who wants this, and hopeless mind. And I have already covered that with you in details. Please, those who have been following me from the very beginning, remember this, that this is a chain which I started. We cannot break it. And it is one of the long journeys of understanding righteousness by faith. There's a total change in approach here now. We have not begun with Paul. We have not even read the book of Romans yet, or Galatians, because those will confuse you. But by the end, we have covered all of this, and we are ready for Romans and Galatians. You will see everything very quickly. It will glare at you. And for those who come in on the way, please go back and begin with the presentation number 1 of this righteousness by faith representation. They are now all over 60 in number. And then listen to them. You are free to subscribe for these presentations. You are free to use them anywhere if you have fully understood. Yes, you just subscribe, and then you can download, and you can use them to inform others. Give them ways where they can find them. They are very important, the presentation of righteousness by faith, because they are anti-religious movements, totally anti-religious. Don't get shocked when I say this, because I've already explained. Religion stops only on doing. Do this, do that, do this, do this. Yes, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Imperatives only. But the story I am now presenting, I am presenting God himself of heaven, introducing indicative. Yes. Religion were always don't. We have seen them. By the time even Moses wrote that don't commit adultery, elsewhere it was already there, written. People who have studied a bit know what I am talking about. In Hammurabi's library, there were a lot of them there which are very similar to Mosaic laws. Yes, but all of them were imperatives. Don't. And that's what religion is. If you are obsessed with the don't, then you are a very religious man. But are you a material for salvation of heaven? That's where people get confused. God, by his coming, is making a very important statement. A very important statement. He is saying imperative alone. Don't. Even if you obey that imperative to the letter, that cannot, it has no power to recreate this planet. And it has no power in itself to recreate you. Yes. Is imperative good? Oh yeah, it is good. Socially, it is good. Religiously, it is okay. But we want to go beyond the imperatives, because imperatives again, please, I want to repeat, because don't get confused. Imperatives cannot qualify you for heaven. Empty imperatives. Why? Because in order for you and I and this planet to go back to be in the same harmony with heaven, there must be a recreation. And no religion, apart from now what we know of Christianity, including Judaism, has the power to recreate. It is only God himself who can recreate this planet and you, and new. Brand new planet, brand new creatures. It is God's act. No religion can do that. So don't get confused and say, now I don't commit adultery. How can you tell me this and that? Watch it. Yes. Nobody has told you that righteousness by faith tells you that go and commit adultery. It only helps you to say that desisting from adultery per se cannot recreate you. Because before Jesus came to recreate this planet and you and I, there were already groups and people who don't commit adultery. Before he even came, there were already people who don't steal. Before he came, there were already people who are keeping the Sabbath, and seriously than you. No traveling carelessly. No, you can't go beyond 1 kilometer. It is because you'll be sweating, and it is considered work and what have you. Now see for you now how many kilometers you travel on Sabbath. Before he came, there were people who are worshiping one God. All things which may make you proud and you rebel against listening to righteousness by faith, they were already in place before Jesus came. Can't that touch your head and say, was Jesus coming for a picnic? Was Jesus coming as just an added value? You see, nowadays we say added value. Was he coming to just add value on imperatives? Or he came to introduce a brand new element of faith? You see, we need to be very serious, my dear friends, Adventist, and even others in Christianity. We are too much stuck in imperatives, and we have, some people have totally rebelled against faith. completely. Cheap grace. What do you mean by cheap grace, you people? You know what the word grace is? If I can do it, if I can contribute to my situation, then why should I need grace? Why don't you go just a step further and you ask yourself some of these pertinent questions? Huh? I repeat the question. If I can contribute to my salvation, you are now contributing. If I can contribute to my salvation, then how can I be saved by grace? Unless you are just confused, you are confusing your terminologies. You have no an idea about the semantics. Grace, it has nothing to do with any contribution. I go for my paycheck every end of the month, and I report to people that the organization I am working for pays me by grace. They are paying me because I have worked. And some of you are working so hard to enter heaven. That's why when we call you, please, we call upon you, please don't go. Don't stay there. Look at grace. Something bigger than you is here. Far bigger than you. And it has come free. Accept this one, which is the indicative of God, the act of God. What God is doing for you to be saved. Just accept by faith. Just get it. Yes. And all your sins will be grace-wise. I'll be using that term, grace-wise. I know it isn't English, but I'll be using it instead of forgiving, because again, if forgiving is a synonym. Because forgiving, I have to come to you, confess, beg you to forgive me. Please have mercy upon me. I am really like this. I didn't intend to behave like this. I say, okay, I have forgiven you. But grace-wising, it is to see a hopeless creature which cannot do anything to overcome its predicament. A hopeless creature. I have already belabored with you people that sin is not what we do. Sin is what we are. Nothing you can do to change that one. It is only God who can change it for you by recreating you anew and giving you a new body. You see? By giving you a new body. Once you receive a new body, where there is no power of sin or the sinful nature, then there you are fit for heaven, but not by practice that I am practicing to fit for heaven. I told you that sin is not what you do. Sin is always what you are. That's why Jesus said that even if you haven't committed it, but only by thinking of it, and our thinking is all corrupt. God bless each one of you as you contemplate on these issues.